Good morning, dear students. Welcome back after the short break. And today we are going to start again with our new chapter, that is 11th chapter, Force and Pressure. So in this chapter, we are going to learn about force and pressure. So let's begin. What is first of all force? Okay, we will start first with force. So what is force? The pushing or pulling of a body to change its velocity and state. Now over here we are discussing about two terms, that is change in velocity and state. Now velocity is equal to distance traveled in a period of time. So how much distance a body is traveling, that means if a body, or for an example, let us take a table. A table is stationary when you are not applying any force to it, but as soon as you are applying force to it, it moves from one place to another. That means you are pushing the table, it is moving from place one to another. Okay, so the velocity, the speed is you are applying change in motion. Okay, the speed is you are increasing, so change in velocity and state. What happens, how we can say that force is changing the state of the body also. For an example, you are having an inflated balloon. Now that inflated balloon, when you are pressing with your hands, okay, when you are applying force to it, what will happen, the shape of the balloon will ultimately change. So the state and velocity of the body is changed by the pulling or pushing, and this pull or push is termed as force. Let us see for an example, the football which is lying on the ground, it will remain steady until it is kicked. But when it is kicked, that means when we are applying force, okay, so it will come into motion, it will start moving. Next one, inflated balloon. When it is placed against the wall, you are having an inflated balloon, just place it against the wall, and what will happen, you will see the shape of the balloon will change. So this is again force. Now there are different properties of force. The two main properties of force are that force has magnitude and direction. Magnitude does mean the force is, it is having a proper number, that means we can measure force also. Okay, and the measurement of force, the magnitude of force is expressed in the unit, SI unit, which is known as Newton, and this Newton is symbolized as capital N. Now the magnitude of force when you are applying, okay, it will differ with respect to direction. Now how much force you are applying on a body, that will differ from the direction on which you are applying the force. Okay, next, the effects of force. What will happen when you are applying force, what all effect will be seen on the body? So first of all, the force effect, it depends on mainly on two reasons, that is the type of force applied and the reason for application. That means which type of force you are applying and what reason you are applying the force, it affects the body a lot. Okay, so different effects are there, let us see, study them. First one, force change the state of body from rest to motion or motion to rest. Okay. Now for an example, we are having a table. Okay. It is at steady position when you are not applying force. That means, and when you are applying force, what is happening? The place of the table, initially it was at point A. As soon as you are applying force to it, it is moving from point A to point B. That means the body is coming from rest position to a motion. Now when you are moving on a bicycle, or when you're moving on a any vehicle, what happens, your vehicle is in motion, but as soon as you are applying brakes, okay, your vehicle comes to stop. Okay, and this is also a kind of force, and so we can say that force can change a body, it can make a body from rest to motion and motion to rest. Second thing, force changes the direction of a motion of a moving body. Now, how the direction of moving body can be changed? For an example, a football, when it is kicked by your friend from direction north to south, and you are in the opposite direction, and you kick that same football which is kicked by your friend, you are kicking it in west direction. That means you are applying force, and so the direction of the moving body is changed by the force. Initially the football was moving from north to south, but as you applied force in opposite direction, in the another direction, the moving body has changed the direction. The football's movement direction has changed. Okay, now it will move to west direction. So force can change the direction of motion of the moving body. Next thing, force changes the shape and size of the body. How the shape and size of the body also changes. For an example, let us take a spring. Okay, now when you are pulling that spring, what is happening? The shape of the spring will change and the size of the spring will also change. Initially the spring is smaller in size, but when you are stretching the spring from both the ends, the size of the spring also increases. So force can change the shape and size of moving object. Next thing, force can change the speed of moving object. Now force when applied, it can also change the speed of moving object. For an example, a football when it is kicked by a small boy, it will move slowly. Yes, the movement, the speed of the ball will be less. But when the same football it is hit by an adult or you, what will happen? The speed of the football will increase. Yes, so force can also change the speed of a moving body. So there are different effects of force. First one, force can change the state of body. That means the body can come from rest to motion or from motion to rest. Next, force can change the direction of moving body. Next thing, it can change shape and size. And another last one, it can also change the shape of the moving, speed of the moving object. Now there are different types of forces. Let us study them one by one. Mainly the force are of two types, contact force and non-contact force. Okay, now contact force. How can we say contact force? What is contact force and non-contact force? No, contact force, we can say that the object which is applying force and the object on which force is applied. Listen to it very carefully. The object which is applying force and the object on which the force is applied, when they are in contact, it will be termed as contact force. Like for a scenario, let us again take a football and a footballer. Now over here, the object which is applying force is the footballer, and the object on which the force is applied is the football. So the footballer and the football, they both are in contact with each other. So it is termed as contact force. Next is non-contact force. The force, the object which is applying force and the object on which the force is applied, when they are not in contact with each other, such force will be termed as non-contact force. Okay, now there are different types of contact force and non-contact force. We will study them one by one. Contact force, there are majorly of three types: muscular force, mechanical force, and frictional force. Non-contact force, further they are also of three types: gravitational force, magnetic force, and electrostatic force. So first we will start with our contact forces. First is our muscular force. Now muscular force, over here the force is applied by the human muscles. Okay, whatever force we are applying, it is produced or it is given by our own body. So it is termed as muscular force. Okay, now for an example, when you are moving a table from one place to another, that means the energy is being utilized from your body. You are applying force from your body, the muscles are applying the force. So this kind of force is termed as muscular force. Okay, so for an so examples we can write as the plowing of field and drawing water from the well. They both are examples of muscular force. Another type of contact force is mechanical force. Now mechanical force, what is happening over here? Now you all have studied about the machines. Okay, so the machines are of two types: simple machine and complex machine. So whenever the force it is exerted or whenever the force is applied by a machine to carry out any work or to complete any work, so this kind of force will be termed as mechanical force. Now for an example, let us take a simple machine, scissor. Okay, so what we are doing now, this scissor, when it is cutting the paper, the force is applied by the scissor, and the scissor and the paper, they both are in contact with each other. So this kind of force is termed as mechanical force. Now the very major point for mechanical force is a machine, or when we are using mechanical force, whenever mechanical force is applied, the mechanical force requires another kind of force to complete its work. See over here, a machine requires different kinds of force to do work. Like as we said, when we are using a scissor to cut a paper, the paper is cut by scissor, that is mechanical force, but the scissor which we are using for cutting, for using that scissor for cutting the paper, we are applying the muscular force. So when we apply muscular force to the scissor, using mechanical force, the paper has been cut down. Okay, so mechanical force always requires another force to complete its work. For an example, muscular force in manual sewing machine. Okay, muscular force is applied in manual sewing machine, and whenever you are running washing machines, washing machine is a machine, so it is using mechanical force, but it requires electrical energy. The next type of contact force is our frictional force. Now friction, you all might have studied about friction. Yes, friction, it is very important in our life. What is friction? Whenever any body is moving, for an example, I told you that when you are moving on a bicycle, in order to stop your bicycle, you all are applying brakes. Okay, so application of that brakes, that means what is happening, there is a force required. The tires and the road, they come in contact with each other, and there the friction is being created, and this force which is acting on moving object to stop it is termed as frictional force. Okay, so frictional force always makes the moving object come to rest position. Now friction, it depends on the type of surface. Now there are two types of surface, rough surface and smooth surface. So whenever the surface is rough, the frictional force will be higher, and when on the smooth surface, the frictional force is generally less. That means, let me take an example, like on the floor, when you have spilled water, okay, and when you are trying to move on that floor, walk on that floor, you will not be able to walk, you will fall down. Now why the person or the moving object falls down when moving on a floor which is filled with water? Because the friction on that surface decreases. Now as the friction is decreasing, we are not able to move on that surface. Okay, so friction plays a very important role to bring a moving object to rest. So friction is very important. Now these are our three types of contact forces that we studied. That was muscular force, next one mechanical force, and our last one was frictional force. Now we are going to learn our non-contact forces. Now non-contact force, as we studied, as I told you, that non-contact force, the object which is applying force and the object on which force is applied, they are not in contact with each other. It will be termed as non-contact force. So our first type of non-contact force is gravitational force. Now gravity, it is there on the earth. We all know that the earth has gravitational force. Now this gravity pulls each and every object towards the earth. For an example, when you are dropping any stone from a height, the stone or the ball will come and fall on the ground itself. Now it is because of the gravitational force which is acted by the earth. Okay, the earth is pulling the objects towards it, and this force is a gravitational force. Now this gravitational force only helps the various solar bodies, that is the various planets which are revolving around the sun. So the gravitational force from the sun helps the various bodies to remain in their own orbit and to revolve around the sun. Then the ebbs and tides which are caused in the cease. Okay, it is also because of the gravitational force. Then the moon, which is the natural satellite of the earth, why is that moon fixed at a place only? Why the moon is not falling? Because of the gravity. Okay, the gravitational force is helping the moon to stay at its own position. So gravitational force, it helps to attract object and it helps to make the object stay at their own position. So it is our first non-contact force, that is gravitational force. The second type of non-contact force, that is magnetic force. Now this magnetic force can be seen in magnets. Whenever you bring any iron object near a magnet, so what will happen? The magnet will attract all the objects with the help of a force, and this force is termed as magnetic force. Now these magnets, they are having two poles, north pole and south pole, and these magnets, they attract the opposite poles and the same poles repel each other. So this is all about the magnet and the magnetic force. So in the magnetic force, it is applied by the magnet, which attracts all the iron objects towards it. Our last type of force, that is electrostatic force. Okay, now this is also our non-contact force. Now what happens in electrostatic force? Um, what to do for to study this electrostatic force? Let us first see what is electrostatic force. The force of attraction or repulsion between charged particles on other objects. Now whenever what is happening, there are two oppositely charged objects, they will attract each other. That means the positively charged objects always attracts the negatively charged objects. This is termed as electrostatic force. Now for an example, let us see, when a comb is rubbed on dry hair for 2 to 3 times and brought near the bits of paper, the paper will stick to the comb. Now why it is happening so? Why the paper strips or the bits of paper are sticking the comb? See, when you are rubbing the comb in the hair for 2 to 3 times, that means the electrons are produced. Okay, the the negative charge is getting produced, electrons are getting produced, and when this electrons, the negative charge, whenever it will come in contact to its opposite charge, that is positive charge, it will attract the positively charged object. So that is why when the oppositely charged object, first the charged object, the charge has been created when we are rubbing the comb, and when the charge is getting produced in that comb, when it is brought in contact or when it is coming near the bits of paper which are oppositely charged to them, they are attracting it. So this kind of force is known as electrostatic force. So three types of non-contact force we studied: gravitational force, magnetic force, and electrostatic force. So this is all about force. I hope you all understood it, and in the next video we will learn about pressure.